flags are more than just symbols. They tell stories of a nation's identity, history, and aspirations. Yet in a world of nearly 200 countries, some flags bear striking similarities to one another, often sparking confusion and curiosity. How can two nations, separated by thousands of miles and vastly different cultures, end up with almost identical flags? The answer often lies in shared histories, colonial legacies, or even pure coincidence. In this video, we'll uncover the stories behind 10 pairs of nations whose flags are almost indistinguishable at first glance. Located in the Arabian Peninsula, Qatar and Bahrain's flags are remarkably similar. Qatar's maroon and white flag, featuring a serrated 9-point line, was officially adopted in 1949. The color maroon represents the bloodshed in past wars, while white symbolizes peace. Its 9 serrations represent Qatar's position as the 9th member of the reconciled Emirates in the Persian Gulf, a nod to its alliance with Britain. Bahrain, a neighboring island nation, has a nearly identical flag, but with 5 serrations symbolizing the 5 pillars of Islam. The Bahraini flag dates back to 1820, when a treaty with the British required the country to include white in its flag to represent peace. The two nations share a long history of trade and cultural exchanges, and this close proximity likely contributed to the similarities in their flags. Both flags have undergone slight modifications over time, particularly in their serrations. Russia and Slovakia, both located in Eastern Europe, have similar flags featuring horizontal stripes of white, blue, and red. Russia's flag was first introduced by Tsar Peter the Great in 1696, inspired by the Dutch tricolor. Peter used the flag to represent Russia's maritime ambitions. These colors have since been associated with Slavic heritage, symbolizing peace white, loyalty blue, and courage red. Slovakia, historically part of Czechoslovakia, incorporated these same colors into its flag when it gained independence in 1993. However, Slovakia's flag features the national coat of arms, which adds a unique element. This use of shared colors across Slavic nations like Russia and Slovakia underscores the cultural and historical ties between them. Moving to West Africa, the flags of Senegal and Mali both showcase 3 vertical stripes of green, yellow, and red, reflecting the Pan-African movement. Senegal's flag, adopted in 1960 following its independence from France, includes a green star in the center, symbolizing unity and progress. The flag was designed to reflect both Islamic traditions, green being a holy color in Islam, and Pan-African ideals. Mali, neighboring country, adopted a nearly identical flag in 1961. Initially, Mali's flag featured a human figure in the center, but it was later removed in favor of a simpler design with no symbol. The flags are tied to the region's shared colonial history, and both countries embraced Pan-Africanism, which is reflected in the color choices. While Senegal retained the star to symbolize unity, Mali preferred a more minimalistic design. In Central America, Honduras and El Salvador's flags are part of a shared legacy from the Federal Republic of Central America, which existed from 1823 to 1841. Both flags feature 2 blue horizontal stripes with a white stripe in the center. The blue stripes represent the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea, while the white signifies peace. Honduras adopted its current flag in 1866, adding 5 blue stars in the middle to represent the 5 former members of the Federation. El Salvador's flag, adopted in 1912, features the country's coat of arms in the center, a symbol of sovereignty. The striking similarities between these flags highlight their common heritage, as both nations once belonged to the same federation and retained the basic design even after gaining independence. In Northern Europe, Norway and Iceland share a similar design, both featuring the iconic Nordic cross. Norway's red flag, with a blue cross outlined in white, was adopted in 1821, reflecting its close ties with Denmark and Sweden. The colors symbolize Norway's history, with red and white from Denmark's flag and blue from Sweden's. Iceland, also a Nordic country, adopted its flag in 1944, when it became independent from Denmark. The flag is a reversal of Norway's, with a blue field and a red cross outlined in white. This mirrors the shared history and cultural bonds between the two nations, as both were once under Danish rule. Despite the design similarities, the colors emphasize the nation's individuality, with Iceland's volcanic landscapes represented by the red, blue for the Atlantic Ocean, and white for the ice. New Zealand and Australia, both in the Pacific region, have remarkably similar flags, reflecting their shared history as former British colonies. Both flags feature the Union Jack in the top left corner and a blue field. Australia's flag, adopted in 1903, also includes a large white Commonwealth star and 5 smaller stars representing the Southern Cross constellation. New Zealand's flag, officially adopted in 1902, is nearly identical, but without the Commonwealth star and featuring just 4 red stars outlined in white to depict the Southern Cross. While there have been debates in both countries about changing the flags to distance themselves from their colonial past, they remain symbols of their shared British heritage and Southern Hemisphere geography. Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, and Ireland, despite being located on different continents, West Africa and Europe, both have flags with vertical stripes of orange, white, and green. Côte d'Ivoire adopted its flag in 1959, with the colors representing the savanna orange, peace white, and hope and the forest green. Ireland's tricolor, adopted in 1919, has the same colors but reversed in order: green, white, and orange. In Ireland's flag, green represents the Catholic population, orange symbolizes the Protestants, and white stands for peace between them. Despite their geographical distance and distinct histories, the two flags are easily confused due to their similar layouts and color schemes. Luxembourg and the Netherlands, both located in Western Europe, have flags that look nearly identical at first glance. Both feature horizontal stripes of red, white, and blue. The Netherlands flag, adopted in 1937, is one of the oldest tricolors, originally designed to represent the Dutch Republic in the 16th century. Luxembourg's flag, adopted in 1972, uses the same colors but with a lighter shade of blue and different proportions. The similarity is no coincidence, as Luxembourg was once part of the Netherlands until it became independent in 1839. The two flags reflect their shared history, but subtle differences help distinguish them. Chad and Romania, though located on different continents, Africa and Europe, both feature vertical stripes of blue, yellow, and red. Romania's flag dates back to the 19th century and was inspired by the French Revolution, symbolizing liberty blue, justice yellow, and fraternity red. Chad adopted a nearly identical flag in 1959, just before gaining independence from France. Although the flags are the same, Chad's navy blue and Romania's indigo blue create a slight distinction. The flags reflect their respective nations' histories of struggle and independence, but their similarities have occasionally caused confusion in international context. Indonesia and Monaco, though worlds apart in Southeast Asia and Europe, have flags that are almost indistinguishable. Both feature 2 horizontal stripes of red top and white bottom. Indonesia's flag, adopted in 1945 after gaining independence from the Dutch, represents bravery red and purity white. Monaco's flag, one of the world's oldest, was adopted in 1881. The red and white colors come from the heraldic colors of the Grimaldi family, who have ruled Monaco since the 13th century. Despite their nearly identical appearance, the flags of Indonesia and Monaco stem from entirely different cultural and historical roots. The only noticeable difference lies in the flag's dimensions, with Monaco's flag being shorter in height than Indonesia's. This similarity has led to minor diplomatic discussions, but both nations continue to use their respective designs as symbols of their unique national identities. If you enjoyed this journey through flag similarities, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more intriguing facts from around the world. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you have a favorite flag, or is there a pair you find especially fascinating? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video as we continue to uncover more amazing facts from every corner of the globe.